Hello again. In this video, I'm going to quickly walk through about the transactions list screen. So, to open transaction screen, just click on this hamburger icon on top right left corner and click on the transactions, the fourth menu right now. So click on it, and then you can see the transaction screen. So it's going to launch exactly over here for this month, and it's going to list all the transactions. Over here you can play with the transactions, and what it's going to do is that it's going to show you a list of transactions, and you can just select and do whatever you want. So just to explain what happened, the first column here, for example for Tesco, read 11th April, that's the date, and the item or the payment on the description, and from the account from which the transaction has happened, and the small text here 391.32 is the current balance once this transaction has been happened. So here that's the balance once this 15 pounds 15 dollars has been deducted from my bank account, and that's the transaction value, which is minus 15. If it is minus 15, minus is expense transaction, and if it is plus, in this case British Gas 17 is a plus transaction, which is an income, or it can be a refund. Okay, so that's how it is. And when you multi-select, you can do many things. You can export the transaction, you can delete the transactions, or you can duplicate, or you can click on reconcile, which is going to give you this nice tick mark saying that this transaction has been reconciled. So at the bottom you're going to see here cleared and the total value. The cleared, it means the reconciled and cleared transactions total value is 33.29 negative, and there are 9 rows. The total value is minus 92.33. So if you want to add so I would say, like, for example, reconcile. So the reconcile value has been changed from uh, from a different value. So for example, I can just delete these transactions as well. Click on this, delete, and the reconcile value has been changed again to something else, and total has been changed as well. So let's say, for example, I want to add a new transaction for a train ticket. By default, it tries to pre-populate the recently saved data. If you don't want it to pre-populate, just click on place add transaction, click on cancel on the dialog. So it's going to cancel and nothing is going to pre-populate. Again, there is an auto completion here. If you type something, it will just try to auto complete for you. Here I'm trying to add train tickets. Train tickets. Okay, and the total value, for example, is 13.50, and this I have spent from, let's say, my bank account, and the category is travel, and the date is, for example, today. If it is today, I can there's a short button here, today. If I click on it, it's going to pre-populate the today's date. If it is expense, it's it's expense, or if it is an income, click on expense, it will change to income. But it's an expense, I change it back to expense. And I can also capture the photo of the receipt. Okay, so here I'm going to take a photo of the train ticket receipt. So click on it, click on plus. Okay, so click on this, take a picture, save it. So here you're going to see the preview of the image we have just captured, and save it. Click on the the floppy icon on top right corner is going to save the transaction. Here you have just saved a train ticket transaction, and also a photo is captured of the receipt. Now the balance for my account is 392.82 after this transaction. So that's how it is. And also you can filter the data which appears in the screen. So let's say I want to see only travel related transaction. I would say click on travel, go on save. So these are just the travel related transactions. And or if you want to see any specific account transaction, you can select that. If you want to clear the entire filter, click on clear filter. It's going to clear it. And another thing is that if you want to do a fund transfer between one account to other account, okay, click on plus button in any of the screens and do fund transfer. Let's do for better visibility, let's do it from accounts. Okay, go to accounts. I want to fund transfer from my bank account to test wallet, let's say 50 quids. So not add account, it's fund transfer. So from account is my bank account, to account is test wallet, and the amount which I need to transfer is 50 quids. Let's say the date. I made a fund transfer last month. I forgot to enter, so I add it. So enter in notes. Okay. Just for fun. Okay. And what's the status of the transaction that you want to keep? Okay. So I just leave it uncleared for now, or click on cleared or reconciled, whatever it is. So click on fund transfer. It's going to make a transfer. Here, if you have noticed, the test wallet's balance has been increased to 50 quids, and my bank account balance has been decreased by 50 quids. Okay, now go back to transaction, see and how the entries show up. So here is a transfer from my bank account, transfer to test wallet. Okay, so there is a respective entries being made. If you want to filter transactions list to show or not to show a fund transfer related transaction, here is the checkbox. If you click on right now, it says include fund transfer transactions. But if you want to ignore them, tick it. So it's going to ignore fund transfer transactions. Okay, apply filter. So it just vanished. If you want to re-show them again, click on it again. Apply. The same settings can be seen in settings screens of transactions. Include fund transfer or ignore fund transfers while listing your transactions. Okay, I keep it as include. Okay, so that's it for transactions and transfers. You can also see your transactions in a calendar view as well. So here's the bunch of transactions I see here. So here it is, and you can also see the transactions by date wise. Like for example, 10th of April. What is that? It's British Gas. And 4th, Tesco's. Like there is like two types of dots you will be seeing, green and red. Red means expense, green means income. Okay, that explains the transaction. Thank you for watching.